Welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian, the unbiased king. And joining me in person, it is the man, the myth, the legend. It is Joshua, Gangsta Time Code.
It's called Partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
What's good, everybody? Thank you for listening.
Ooh, yeah. Edgelord Brian could not join us today, but he is here in spirit. We'll get his thoughts on some stuff next week when he's here, but he will be missed. I wish we had Cyborg Brian at least, but he did not escape into the ether of the singularity this time. Yeah, we'll get his thoughts later on. But until then, we got a pretty massive show. Lots of stuff happened this week. So let's get right into plugs. You could find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Joshua Cole, where can they find you?
At JD Cole_37. That's on Instagram. And at NY Chillin' with an EN, not an ING. That's on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. You can find Brian at b.esp on Twitter and Instagram. He also streams video games at twitch.tv/itspunchline. Check him out there. He never tells anyone when he's streaming. So on a chance day, whatever you're feeling, check twitch.tv/itspunchline. And he'll likely be playing some Valorant, some League of Legends if you're interested in that. Follow us at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. We usually do a really good chapter of the week poll, but I've forgotten because I've taken a flight to Texas this week. So I've been trying to get shit together, so I forgot to do it this week. But we usually do it whenever the official release of Shonen Jump is out, which is like Sunday afternoon, Sunday morning. I put up a poll on Twitter where you guys decide what your favorite chapter of the week is. Yeah, we'll announce it on the show, so check us out there. If you have any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about, hit us up on Twitter and Instagram, first of all. That would be cool. Hit us up there, or you can email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com, and we'll answer your questions on the show. We've been getting a few from one person.
You could also leave a comment on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, we have like a couple questions from our guy, Sketchy Mike, but we may not get to them this week because we have like a backlog, apparently. We have like 3 questions we got to answer from him. Dang. But we'll get to it. Just not this one. But anyway, send us questions. We'll answer them. It'll be a lot of fun. You can subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. The audio version of the podcast usually goes up first, and you can check out the video version on YouTube as well. Give us a subscribe, a like, a comment on what you guys thought about these chapters, about these manga. Check us out there. And I think that's it. I think that's all of the plugs, right? Spoiler alerts ahead. Let's get into it. One Piece. This is One Piece chapter 1044, Warrior of Liberation. I guess some shit went down in this chapter. So we got a little cover page. Apparently, Niji and Yanji are about to get experimented on. That'll be fun.
The one on the right looks like he's going through emotions.
Yanji?
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems pretty pissed.
The one on the left doesn't seem like he cares, though.
Yeah, Niji... Yeah, Yanji would be the younger one, so I think he still somewhat experiences emotion. But anyway, they're about to get experimented on. And meanwhile... we open with just this voice saying, "What happened to me? Why can't I still stand?" And it turns out it seems to be Luffy getting up from getting absolutely hornswoggled by Kaido. And he's sending waves of Conqueror's Haki across Onigashima. Momonosuke responds to what Zoe said about Luffy, about him being Joy Boy. And Sanji from inside of the pleasure hall gets up because the Conqueror's Haki is so intense. Eustace Kid and Law look up as well, like, "Whoa, what's going on here?" We got Hyogoro reacting. We got Marco reacting. Nami and Otama are very relieved that Luffy seems to be alive right now. And then we cut back to Marijua, who are talking about how they've just lost an elite agent who as we saw last time One Piece was here, he got absolutely destroyed by Kaido. So they're just lamenting that fact and the fact that they made Kaido angry. So they're like, what was the point of all this? This guy who looks like a world leader, whose name I forget. I think they're all modeled after world leaders, actually. But yeah, one of them is just like, what if I told you that there was a potential future that would make us beg for this outcome?
Beg.
So
For
they're
losing an elite agent.
Yeah.
And making Kaido upset.
Yeah. He reminds them that it's always better to eliminate dangerous variables. And Samurai Elder is talking about how in every era of the world, the government has attempted to recover the gum fruit.
Oh, that was a drop, guys, by the way. They
And-
mentioned that before, I think, right?
Yeah.
That the government had it when Shanks, you know, snatched it from them. But it was, I don't think it was ever outright said that the government actively is trying to avoid, actively trying to gain possession of the fruit.
Yeah. That has been revealed. And it turns out that they're like thinking of it as if like the devil fruit's trying to escape their grasp, that no matter how many times they've tried, it's always seemed to get away from them. And it very well might be. They mentioned that Zoan fruits contain a will of their own, and this particular one has the name of a god. The other name of the gum fruit is the Zoan type human fruit mythical type model Nika.
All right, before we continue, I do want to bring something up, right? So I remember cracking jokes for years about like the like objects having fruits.
Yeah.
And how silly that shit sounded. But you know, in every situation, they were all Zoan fruits.
Yeah.
Which explains a lot because they have a will. So it makes sense that they'd be alive, that it could be transferred into the essence of an object and make it become alive.
Mm-hmm.
It went from being completely silly to making so much sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
Wow.
In terms of giving the items, that's a pretty good point. The items that have eaten devil fruits have, I think, pretty much all been Zoan. You know, that's the gun that ate the dog fruit, and Spandam sword that ate the elephant fruit. But that's interesting. But yeah, Luffy apparently does not have the gum fruit. It is actually the mythological Zoan type fruit, Nika, that houses the abilities of Nika the sun god. Holy shit. And apparently Nika, possessing a body with the properties of rubber and fighting in whatever way he fancies, brings smiles to the faces of the people, the warrior of liberation.
It's very vague.
Yeah.
Not the warrior of liberation. That's very clear. And it's almost beautiful. It brings a tear to my eye, damn near. However, he can do anything he fancies, Chris.
Yeah. Dude, I mean...
Sounds like Popeye to me.
You know, I mean... Did
you see that death battle yet?
No. But it is not it's not coincidental that Luffy ended up fighting Bluno, a.k.a. Bruno from Popeye. Popeye conspiracies. Continue onward. Are you remembering Bluno? The door guy? His name was Bluno.
I didn't know that. You remember these things, man. That's great.
One of us.
Yes, that's just what I was going to say. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it goes without saying. The government then says that it is said that in all of the world, there is no power more ridiculous.
Not more stronger. He says ridiculous. I think that matters.
Yeah, that's a very important distinction. So meanwhile, at the treasure repository, second floor in Onigashima, Orochi's still stuck underneath all this rubble after the ceiling caved in on him, and Hiyori has been using her sea prism nails to like fucking play this this instrument to keep Orochi subdued and unable to use his dragon fruit. So Now he's just basically begging for his life. He's just like, come
He
on,
sure
man. I love Joden, man. This is not me. This is Kaido. Kaido's making me do it.
I've been a pawn this whole time.
Yeah, this whole time. I'm not a dick, I promise. I'm not a douchebag.
All those times I was mean to everybody and you, that was all just for fake.
It was for Kaido.
For play, not for real.
If I didn't shoot that guy in the face, Kaido would have killed me. If I didn't kill the young Don, Kaido would have killed me.
Oh, he did. He can't ever be forgiven.
No, he won't be, as we can see. Yeah, Hiyori basically, in so many words, tells him to go fuck himself. After Odin just made that deal to liberate Wano, they still made a fool out of him. And they, at the end of the day, they still ended up killing him. So, I'm not doing shit. You're gonna die here. And Orochi is like, fuck. What do I do now? That's when the fucking weird Conjuro flame thing comes through. And is like, Lord Orochi, I am spent.
I'm spent.
I'm spent.
I guess that means he's tired.
Yeah. And Orochi's just like, perfect timing. Murder this woman.
He flipped immediately.
This is a new play I want to give you to perform. Burn that woman to death. We'll call it the failure of the woman's 20-year revenge. I'm like, God damn, dude.
That was off the top of the head, too. I mean, like, he's just vicious.
Yeah.
While he's dying.
Yeah.
Come up with some asshole shit to say.
Yeah. Conjuro's thing actually ends up burning Orochi instead. So I guess he's going to burn to death.
Yeah, I don't know why he does that, but maybe he was listening to everything Orochi said and was like, you know what?
Yeah.
It's time for us to die.
Yeah.
We ain't shit.
We ain't shit.
We ain't shit.
After all this, I learned something today, and that's we ain't shit.
Right. So, I mean, I just fought all 6 of my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm ready to die.
Yeah. Bye. So, as Hiyori watches her mortal enemy burn to death, we see Luffy just bouncing around, being like, ooh, I can do everything I wanted to. This is the pinnacle of what I can do. This is Gear 5. Hell yeah.
Man, I think we need the horns for that one.
Oh, yeah, this is one of these. Well, honestly, there's a better moment that probably needs the arms. So as Kaido is wreaking havoc inside of the fucking performance floor, all of a sudden the lightning strikes of Conqueror's Haki blast through the ceiling, and Kaido's like, whoa, what is up there on the roof? And then
as he watches all his men die from seizures. Whoa.
He's like, whoa, what's going on?
Now, you see, this don't really make a lot of sense because all these people sensed Luffy. And, obviously it was probably the people who had observation. Kaido has observation Haki. How did he not fucking notice? Was he that much of a rage?
Yeah, I guess
I doubt it.
Maybe.
I think oversight. It's okay.
Well, maybe
Oda gets a pass on those.
Maybe it took him a minute to realize because he's watching his men die.
Yeah, plus he's not soft at all. Mm-hmm. So well, I guess only when he drinks. But maybe that's why it took a little while for him to notice because he's such a gangster too.
Yeah, but
it's like your gangster vibes don't affect me. Not for a little while, then he may.
Yeah. All of a sudden, a giant fucking fist comes through, grabs Kaido right in the middle of his body like a fucking tube of Go-Gurt. Just like if you were to go into the fridge and grab a Go-Gurt dramatically. And everybody already knows what time it is. Everybody's like, Luffy, hell yeah! And Luffy just yanks Kaido through the roof. And then just cartoon style, he just slams him around. You remember that part in Avengers where Hulk does the whole thing?
Yeah.
He does that to Kaido.
He spins him around.
Yeah.
Slams him.
Yeah, does the whole ba 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 left and right thing.
And then tosses his ass.
Yeah. And then Kaido tries to counter with this blast breath after
the dragon beam.
Yeah, after thanking him for surviving, and Luffy notices his eyes bulge out like a fucking cartoon,
like a Looney Tune character.
Yeah, and then he yanks the ground up, turns that shit into rubber, reflects the fucking blast back at Kaido, blows him up, and we get pretty much the full design of Gear 5 as Luffy is laughing his ass off. Kaido seems to eat his own attack, and he's like, I'm sorry about that idiot earlier. I didn't want to win that way. And Luffy tells him, don't sweat it. Let's just finish this
It's
up.
no big deal. You ready to die? You ready to dive through combat?
Yeah.
Because I'm ready.
Yeah.
I've been ready.
My goodness. Well, there it is. This is the chapter that even scanlators were like, all right, guys, stay off the internet for a while. This is going to get crazy.
So, did we all kind of see this coming? Sure.
Yes
but not
and no.
like this.
Yeah.
Right. Yes and no.
There's a little bit of an amalgamation of everybody's theories in one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Literally. A little bit of everything. Well, I'll go to my thoughts.
Yeah.
Right?
What are your thoughts, Josh?
I mean, wow. This is incredible. For me, what was really all right. What probably surprised me the most was the classification of the fruit, right? Because I initially believed that whatever this Joy Boy situation was, it probably was going to be linked to the power that he had. I thought it was like maybe like other people have had the fruit in the past, which, is the case. But it's not that it's an awakening of his gum fruit as a paramecia. It's that it was actually a Zoan, which sparks a lot of questions. I mean, well, not sparks, but it brings a lot of questions, right? I mean, think of the nature of Zoan fruits. They're transformative. So they have their base form, their in-between form, and then their full animal form. So how does this work for someone like Luffy who has the human fruit? Obviously, he's not turning into another animal. He's turning into a supreme Looney Tune being, right? But how does this work in conjunction with his other abilities? Do we take into account that he said Gear 5? So is he a paramecia until he gets into Gear 5 and then it transforms into a Zoan? Is it always a Zoan? Like, I have a lot of questions. Mm-hmm. I have more thoughts, but do you have any immediate rebuttals?
Okay. All right.
That?
So here's how I think it works. And obviously, everything we're about to say and kind of think on is, what's my favorite word? Conjecture.
Or 100% fact.
Could be. I mean, if we're right, we're right. If we're right, we're right about this. So, take all of this with a grain of salt. We
or
don't
a shot
know.
of penicillin.
Yeah. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Huh?
It's like a more dramatic way of saying it.
Yeah. So take that. Okay. So here's how I interpret this. And this is kind of like getting into my thoughts about it. It's kind of interesting. I don't want to impede over your thoughts about it, but the way I see how it works in conjunction with his abilities, I like to think that this is the awakening. So this is like the peak of the Nika fruit, top tier. This is the full potential of it.
Right.
Everything that Luffy has experienced of it is, I guess, for a lack of a better way of describing it, that's his hybrid human form. Whenever he stretches, whenever he does a gear, those are all
varying strength levels to that middle until he has finally
until he hits here.
So, okay, all right. No, that's actually when I was having a conversation earlier with somebody about this chapter. That's actually what I believed as well. That that's how it could kind of work. But then when you think about awakening, right? Like when Zoan fruit users awaken, how does that work for them? Because with paramecias, we see when they awaken, they gain it. The way it usually, I guess, the way I see it is that they gain like an ability, like a certain skill. Mm-hmm. Like Doflamingo had the birdcage, right? That was his awakening. Mm-hmm. Law and Kid with their Kroom and...
Well, Birdcage isn't an awakening for him. Birdcage, for the awakening for Doflamingo was being able to turn his environment into string.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay. Okay, well, sure. But that's a technique in of itself, right?
Yeah.
So is it different for Logias? Do Logias have
It could
a separate
be.
awakening?
Hey.
We don't know yet, right?
Hey, every awakening we've seen up to this point has been Parametheus, even Laws and Kids.
Right.
So we actually don't know what an awakening necessarily looks like for a Zoan.
Somebody said that when Zoans awaken, they just become way more durable.
That's possible.
Or just way more of whatever they are. Like, it's not really like a specific skill they gain. It's just they get more powerful in general.
Yeah.
Kind of like an enhancer type in Hunter x Hunter, guys.
Ooh, somebody's been watching.
Go!
Go! Yeah, who knows? I mean, I think like there's a distinction to zone fruits being different from all the other types, seeing as how they will have a will of their own.
Right.
So, I mean, there could be a lot that could be read into what an awakened Zoan would do and what would it be.
So in this particular case, Luffy's awakening with this fruit is just gaining that form.
Yes. And
Which
all the subsequent remaining abilities that are available to Nika.
Within it, right,
Yeah.
right. Because it goes along with the form. But as opposed to other Zoans, maybe like someone like Chopper. Well, I'm not gonna bet on someone like Chopper getting an awakening or whatever. But like, what's another Zoan? Like the Flame Bird guy, Phoenix Man, Marco the Phoenix, right? Was that an awakening for him once he was able to turn into full bird?
Well, full bird, I mean, maybe. It's possible. Like, the full bird form of his fruit is potentially his awakening. The way I could see it is that in his regular, like, when he was a youth, all he could probably access was the wings, because we've seen him do it when he was young, and all he did was the wings.
But there had to have been other lower level, zone users that could go full animal without saying like, yeah, they probably have not awakened their fruit because they're not strong.
No, yeah, going full animal does not make you an awakened Zoan. So I mean, that's just that's my guess. I don't know how it would work.
You understand the point of me
Yeah.
like, right? Because we're trying to figure out, is this truly his awakening? Because he could have another step to this. He could have a Gear 6, which is the awakening of, because all he's doing to me. What it seems like is he's finding, like he's unlocking the true potential of what his fruit is, which is incredibly powerful, but that doesn't mean he's awakened it yet.
That's what awakening means, is the full potential of your fruit. 100%.
All right. So this is maybe he's always had it at 50%. Now this is like 80%, and the awakening is like the remaining 20. That's
could be. I mean, there's I
think it's plausible
for sure. There's a factor that like Luffy does not know this information. All of this,
I don't think he knows that at all.
Absolutely. So he doesn't know that he has the Nika fruit. He still sees it as the gum fruit in his mind.
Right.
So that could be a thing. But do you have any other?
Yes, I do have a couple more thoughts. I'm gonna go into my notes. So I guess we kind of already talked about the gears. Right. That perfect. Then the transformation, knock that out. Okay, see, this is something I don't really care about too much, but it was such a spicy discussion prior to figuring this out about the whole, Luffy being Pirate Jesus and all that. I want to hear your thoughts on this, right? Obviously, the fruit chose Luffy, without a doubt. Shanks may have gotten it. Well, all right, I say it all right, not without a doubt, but I believe so because Shanks may have stolen it, but Luffy got into that box.
Yeah.
How?
I think that's what we're going to learn in the next few chapters.
Maybe.
But
they did say the fruit has a will of its own. So
sure.
So let's just say for argument's sake that may have been the case, that the fruit chose him. That doesn't mean that Luffy was always fated to have it. How do you feel about that?
That's entirely possible. I mean, there's several ways you can think about it, it's either Shanks stole it and brought it to his village intentionally so Luffy could eat it. It could be that was a genuine accident on Shanks's part, and Luffy just coincidentally just ate it. Or the fruit somehow called to him in one way or another, compelled him to eat it. Because, as the government has noted, this fruit seems to be consciously trying to escape the government. So, I don't know. I think, like, it's more of a design from Shanks than we know.
Yeah, I'm actually more inclined to believe that as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he also went out of his way and lost his arm for Luffy. And that's when he had the fruit, right?
Well, here's the thing.
Oh, no, that was prior.
I think he definitely lost, definitely. There's a chance he probably wouldn't have taken that L if Luffy hadn't eaten the gum fruit by that point.
Oh, so he ate it after. Like, this was after he.
Yeah,
right.
Luffy already ate it.
And that's not to say he didn't care about Luffy.
But like
the way he reacted, I guess. Like, he might have tried to. I don't know.
The way I see it is that, like, if that's the way that it goes, then Shanks, seeing that Luffy ate the Nika fruit, was like, well, I can't let this go.
Right. Oh, hell no.
It's better to... It could be that Shanks is like, okay, so I didn't intend for this to happen. That Luffy... But he did. He ate it. So now I have to kind of guide him down the path that I want him to go. I have to make sure that, like, he becomes a pirate specifically, and that he plays his role the way I think that I wanted this fruit to play the role in.
Shanks inspired him to be a pirate in the first place, right?
Yeah, but that was already, like, established before he ate the fruit, kind of. But, you know, he's definitely, like, the main guy.
He wanted to be a pirate back with Ace and Sabo.
No, he met Ace and Sabo after he ate the gum fruit, and after that whole thing with Shanks.
What?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, directly after that, Garp took him to the mountains. Because he already had the gum fruit when he met Ace and Sabo. That wouldn't have made sense. He met Ace and Sabo after he ate the gum fruit, after the Shanks thing. Because he had the straw hat.
Oh.
He didn't always have it. He did, like, the straw hat.
He looked way younger, though.
I think that's just the way that Oda drew him. Like, the way his art style has changed.
All right. Okay. I guess it doesn't really make that much of a difference.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. I'm now it makes the whole situation with Shanks even more curious. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Red hair, man. That fucking red hair.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I don't. All right. There was one other question I had, which was the possibility of other people owning fruits, right? And if there's only been maybe just like maybe those three people in history, right? Nika, Joy Boy, and now Luffy. Or has there been multiple people who have had the gum fruit over the course of 800 years, but only those three have been able to awaken it?
No. Joy Boy was the last one to have this.
For sure.
It's not emerged since Joy Boy had it.
Okay.
So, I mean, at least that's what I'm drawing from the context clues they're giving here. Is that nobody else has had this fruit in between Joy Boy and Luffy.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fascinating. But yeah, I think it was Joy Boy. It's been lost forever. The world government found it. Shanks stole it, and now it ended up with Luffy.
Really interesting. All right, I guess my final thoughts is just going to be about the design choice for what happened here. Mm-hmm. Man, I wanted to crack a lot of jokes throughout the chapter, but I knew we was going to have a lot of discussion. Yeah. I guess next week we'll have a lot to say. Is it on break, actually?
No, it's actually coming back. Next week.
What? Wow. I'm genuinely surprised. I love his design. I don't remember if I mentioned it before, but I didn't really care for his Gear 4. Snake Man looked cool. I didn't like the bulky look. I thought it looked real weird for Luffy, for someone that's supposed to be all bendy and stretchy and shit. Mm-hmm. For this to be this bulky mass. I didn't feel like, to me, it didn't sell that he was stronger. It just made him kind of look like a bigger target.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't like how he's bouncy. I liked the utility of it, which is why I accepted it. I liked it made sense the abilities it gave him. Just didn't love the design. This really suits Luffy. He just looks like Super Saiyan Luffy. Like how Goku just looks like Super Saiyan Goku.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like it. It's a nice touch, and it aligns perfectly with who Luffy is. And I can't wait to see how they interpret his ability. because I don't think he's a outright reality warper. I think there's going to be clear limitations to what he can do. But man, it's going to be fun finding out what the extent is. Okay, now I'm going to pass the baton to you. Do you have any overall thoughts?
Yeah. I thought a lot about this chapter, just because on the initial, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, because when you get like these big twists, and I think that's what's going along with like a lot of the discourse, is that like you're never going to satisfy everybody with with any plot point.
Right.
Like there's no way, especially with something like this, there's a lot of buildup. I love this chapter. The design of Gear 5, although we don't get like massively good looks of it, this last panel is fucking cool.
I like his eyes.
Yeah, his eyes are cool. He has like these fun cloud eyebrows. It's cool, man.
Yeah, it looks...
It's different too. I heard somebody said that like somebody designed... And like TikTok community, I got to get off of like One Piece TikTok because you guys are so smart. And you got like some of you guys like really do just like make me think, damn, yeah, you guys are smart as shit. But I forget his name. I'll put his username here, because I want to credit this idea real fast. I want to cite him before I get into my original thoughts that I thought of. Okay. But he said that like the design of Gear 5 Luffy is very much in character with Luffy as a person. Out of all the shonen protagonists, it's all like cool factor, all this weird dark like thematic thing. Like think about the Nine-Tailed Fox forms. Think about except for like the main, Sage Nine-Tailed Fox big Super Saiyan form. Think about all of Ichigo's forms. Luffy's is the only one that's based in being like a fucking goofball.
Even Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
Even like newer series, older series, even series that aren't typical shonen series, like Hajime no Ippo, when they're in their technique or forms, it doesn't look silly.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's a silly. It's like devoid of cool. That's what this guy said. It's like it's not trying to be cool. It's trying to be loyal to the character, which is monumentally important. But yeah, my thoughts on this chapter is also based on like a lot of people disputing like, is this an ass pull or not? That's the big debate going on with this chapter.
Okay.
And look, if you want to call it an ass pull, I can't super blame you. It's hard to say, feel how you feel. I'm honestly looking forward to reading One Piece over again with the context that this is not the gum fruit. This is the Nika fruit. This is the human fruit, Mono Nika. And see if that changes anything in terms of how Luffy has used his power. And I think it does a lot. But I'll start with this. A lot of people have asked if the government knew that like this was the gum fruit, why is it that they've seen Luffy use this fruit and they didn't do something about it way earlier?
Well, I think it has more to do with what I said actually a few episodes ago, where which I thought I think is a good explanation. So I think when Joy Boy had the fruit, nobody recognized it in its in-between form because he probably had it awakened by the time he was actually making moves and becoming a known figure in the world, By the time he was doing things to annoy the shit out of the government for where they was on he was on a list or whatever, or they started noticing him, I'm pretty sure he had his power awakened. That's what I'm going to go with, Yeah. So like them, all right, the government, I'll tell you this, the world leaders may know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure, like, you can believe that they knew and that they tried to take him out at certain points. But, no, I don't know. I guess they could have made a stronger effort. I'm going to go, no. Okay. All right. Let me regroup real quick. Let me regroup my thoughts. The higher-ups can know, but they may not want the ones just beneath them and lower to know, because that might spur unrest. I can't really give a whole bunch of reasons why. With a little bit more time and thought, I'd love to back up those thoughts. But I think it could work. I think it could work, and it's no one's seen that shit in 800 years.
Yeah,
none of the regular people he had fought It's super plausible that none of them would be aware. All they would say is, yeah, you got to take Luffy down, which they had started to do once he started making a bigger name for himself. I think he was ignored up until what? What's the desert area?
Alabasta.
Yeah. I think he was ignored until Alabasta. They knew he was the Straw Hat crew, but they probably didn't know, Rubber Man beats the shit out of Crocodile. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They probably didn't really put two and two together until like it was right in their face.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think they did start to make moves. Kuma pulled up and split the whole crew apart because he understood. You know, they all knew the crew was special. Everyone, like most of the important figures I seen them after a certain point in the story, I think had an understanding.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
I'm not.
That's possible.
Listen, everything. I'm not naive, bro. I guarantee you guys, there's way more ass pulls than y'all know it in our favorite fucking series. You feel me? Because you know what the difference is. How is it executed?
Mm-hmm.
Dog. Didn't he bring up Nika during the Fisherman arc? The Fishman arc?
Did he?
When they would talk. The Sun God, didn't they?
did.
Tiger Fish, bro. Tiger Fish was like the best character in this series. I'm sorry, man. Like they need to bring that story back or something. We need to get more information about him.
Well, they're the Sun Pirates,
and that was based on Nika.
Well, Nika is said to be like the god of the slaves. They're the ones that like they look to him. He's the one who has liberated them a long time ago,
right?
In his era.
So this seed was at least planted at the beginning of the time skip.
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
There was a conception of a sun god.
Right.
And there's also the conception of fruits being deities, mythological creatures. Sengoku is Buddha, for God's sake. He's not a god, but, you know, he's
but
a
for all
religious
intents
figure.
and purposes.
Yeah. He's a religious figure.
Yeah.
Right. But, yeah, my theory, and I think like this little speech bubble where they call it the other name of the gum gum fruit kind of throws a wrench in this theory I have. But my theory originally was like, well, maybe there is an actual paramecia fruit known as the gum gum fruit. So they couldn't really draw that conclusion for Luffy. Like Luffy could very well have what is the real gum gum fruit. And there's no way to verify until this happened. But, you know, I mean, maybe it's the wording of this.
Because he understood it in his head that he was I don't know.
But
it's the way they worded it, right? It was because they said it as if, yeah, we knew that the gum gum fruit is really just this. Mm-hmm. But like,
yeah, my original thought before I thought of this is just like, well, maybe there is just another gum gum fruit. And they're just like, well, we can't possibly, if this is like Nika or not. Because if they have like a similar power set.
No, but then it wouldn't be. I mean,
I don't think that's what it is now.
No, because even in their words, he says, look. The government has attempted to recover the gum gum fruit.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Again, just so we're clear, my explanation was that they didn't even know he had the gum gum. That someone even was using the gum from fruit and turning shit up until like. It got towards the time skip anyway. Mm-hmm. So they got, when they fought Moria and they got to Annie's lobby and all that. I think.
Yeah, but he fought in Marineford. A lot of fucking soldiers saw him stretching his limbs and shit.
Right. And I think they did. I think they wanted to deal with him. I think that was a part of the reason it got
They were definitely trying to kill him,
place,
but
right?
not for the reasons they know. And I think you're actually probably right about that, is that they're very withholding even within their own people.
Well, that's what he's going to have to make it about. He's going to have to make it that they couldn't tell if he's going to make it seem like, oh, they've known about the gum gum fruit. Like, because my explanation only covers for like the first half of the series. The second half, it's, where everyone's very clear and knows who the fuck Luffy is and he has a top bounty and all that. And Oda's got a little bit of work to do on that.
Yeah. I mean, what are you going to do? You got to trust Oda at this point. Because this guy has meticulously planned.
Bro, he's the warrior of fucking liberation. Maybe he did pull it out of his ass in the past couple years after all of this bullshit he's seen happening on fucking social media. And by the bullshit, I don't know, I'm not even going to get into all of that, man. Look, he's the warrior of liberation. He will fight against the oppressive government.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck where he pulled that out of? Let's go. Let's go full force with it. That's how I feel. I'm gonna be honest, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly how I feel. I'm very biased.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. It all depends whether you think this is like well executed or not. I don't think this is an ass pull because if you think back to how Luffy uses the Gum Gum fruit, and you think about every power up he's had, and like this has been a thing with like Luffy that people have addressed. You know, there's certain moments like think about Red Hawk.
That's exactly what my coworker said, man. He actually brought up Red Hawk, and I was like, I thought he just was rubbing his hands together really fast.
This is the funny thing, though. You know what I mean? Like Oda, I feel like Oda opened a line of credit with his audience in terms of suspension of disbelief.
Right.
He's the only artist I've ever seen to pay it back in this way. You know, like we see Luffy like ignite his fucking fist underwater, and we're like,
okay,
oh, all right. Maybe it's a metaphorical fire.
Hey, right. Yeah, maybe it's like aura.
Mm-hmm.
That's the second time.
Yeah. But no, I mean, think about it. Luffy's abilities and power-ups are based like all their genesis is like start in the mind. It's what he can imagine. That's why we don't see him train really. It's that like Luffy in his off time is literally just like think about how he talks about Gear Second to Bluno way back in Enies Lobby. He said, I thought of a way to fight so I would never have to lose anybody. Like the idea is like how can I increase my speed and strength? Mm-hmm. And he just kind of manifested it by thinking.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that's like obviously that's in line with what Nika can do in theory is that like if you can think it, you can do it. And you know, it's all within the bounds of his rubbery body, you know?
Right.
And the further he gets down the gear system, the closer he resembles Nika. You know, he starts in Gear Second, he's faster, he's stronger. He hits Gear Third, he can make his limbs giant. Mm-hmm. You know, he hits Gear Fourth, Bounce Man, he has like the fucking he's lit. Gear Fourth Bounce Man is modeled after a religious statue in Japan.
Oh.
Like it looks like this.
Okay.
It's that pose.
Wow. So that's kind of
Snake Man
getting there. Yeah.
Looks exactly like Nika without the fire hair that he has now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, it gets step by step. He physically and in terms of the usability of his powers gets closer and closer to Nika with each step up in the gear system. Red Hawk, he wanted to immortalize Ace. He found a way. His powers just acclimated to that request in a somewhat believable way.
If you rub rubber together, it can make fire.
Yeah,
right?
Friction.
Sure. Okay.
The concept
So
of
it's
friction.
So he's not like negating reality or nothing like that. He's within the confines of his. If you can do it with rubber, if it's possible with rubber,
you could do it.
Yeah, and then
you can't snap your fingers.
Imagination.
Yeah, you can't snap your fingers and kill all mutants.
Yeah,
but you can morph your body and morph your surroundings. It looks like into rubber,
which is plausible. That's really cool.
Yeah.
While also still being tame, I can appreciate that as a seasoned manga reader.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, well, I trust Oda to have a multi-chapter explanation covering all bases. I mean, people forget that this arc has the longest flashback in One Piece to Odin's, where they explain like various little moments.
It did take a long. I want to actually go back and read that flashback.
So
I feel
good.
like I need to like reinvigorate myself. For
it's
that,
just so cool that flashback because then you like go to these like islands that we've been to before, and it's like wow, you know, it's like nostalgia. Mm-hmm. It's like One Piece greatest hits. He's like, we're here in Skypiea. We're here in Sabaody.
I know that shit was so dope, man.
Yeah, really cool. But anyway, yeah, I don't think this was an ass pull. You can debate all you want about the execution. I don't think I'll argue with most people here. The concept of like Nika specifically hasn't been brought up. Like the Sun God hasn't been brought up in a long time. So I buy it if people are a little apprehensive to buy it. And the execution kind of fucks up people's believability about this. But yeah, I think Oda played this really cool. In terms of,
if you guys want to be mad, yo.
Yeah, why do you want to be mad?
Sorry.
This is.
I guess I could say the same thing with My Hero Academia, but well, we'll get into that.
Yeah, I mean, why are you gonna spend? This is manga, dude. Power ups come out of nowhere all the time.
Sure.
Come on.
No, they definitely do.
They do. They
definitely do.
What do you want? Hunter. We can't all be Hunter x Hunter, where we show every grueling step of the training process.
You're right, because you know what happens, and you get fucking scoliosis. Oh, whatever's wrong with him, man. I'm so sorry.
You get ultra
I hope
scoliosis.
you get better, man.
Yeah.
Kurapika. Dude, that announcer, he didn't start pulling up yet, but he has been. Y'all really made it seem like...
Bro,
it took a while for him. He did start a little bit in this arc.
Once you get to the middle of Chimera
Can I tell you exactly where I'm at right now?
Where are you?
Okay, Gon and Killua split off from the other hunters to go to fight those 3 officers.
Okay.
So I'm pretty deep in the arc. I think it's like towards the end.
I mean, weirdly enough, the Chimera Ants arc is such a long arc.
It is long, but I'm over the hump. I know I'm over the hump.
You're not at the part
They're
where
already
we're
left.
talking about, where the narrator comes in and
all right. Oh wow. Okay.
It becomes your best friend.
Is there another arc after this?
Yes, there's one arc, and then it's over.
Then it's okay. So I have something to look. I thought Chimera Ant was going to be the end. I was really sad. Okay. Anyway,
Josh and I are animes only for Hunter x Hunter, but
yeah. No, I read the manga when it comes out.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's One Piece. I think I'm done. I feel like I had more, but I didn't write down any notes, unfortunately.
Oh man, I mean, there was a lot to say, but hopefully you guys have some responses and we could continue the conversation.
Oh,
I'd love to.
This is my certified really good chapter of the week. Obviously, is it yours? No, man. I'll do mine.
Yeah, it was. This is a retroactive. All right, I'll be honest. It was retroactive.
No, you can't. You gotta. What's your heart telling you, Josh? I don't.
No, my heart is telling me One Piece, man. Because before it was clearly something else. Which, come on, what else? But I've reading this and all of the conversation it sparked in this podcast outside of it, I gotta give it to One Piece, man.
Well, I'm counting this as a unified, really good chapter of the week.
Oh shit.
Unified RGC. Unified RGC. Unified RGC.
Can you pause?
That's actually Frankie's theme song.
Oh.
But yeah, I assume this is also Brian's really good chapter of the week. I think he would give it to One Piece. I don't think there's any way he couldn't. But I really want to hear his thoughts about it. So next week we'll ask him. But at the moment, I guess that's it for One Piece. I mean, what else can you say? This shit's phenomenal. Let us know what you guys think.
I can't wait to see him get ragged.
So relieved.
I want him to easy mode Kaido.
I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it now. He can.
No, Luffy's got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
We call that easy money, GG.
Right.
But yeah. Let us know what you guys think about everything we talked about. If we missed anything, if you have any questions for us to answer next week. If you have any thoughts about it, let us know, please. I'd love to get a general oversight of what people are thinking about this chapter. So, without further ado, let's move on. My Hero Academia. This is My Hero Academia, chapter 349. Battle Flame. Cool color page. I always love when he does the single color pages. What the hell? What are you doing?
You'll see.
Okay. I always love when he does like the single color pages that look like a comic book cover, like a floppy. Those are cool.
Yeah, I like those a lot too, actually.
Anyway, last we left off, Deku got sidetracked and entered, with Toga, but he quickly was able to escape. So there's that. He flies away. They explained that he actually used Fajin with Nana Shimura's float quirk, so that's how he's able to fly, which is kind of cool. His ability to kind of like combine the two to make him fly. I'm here for it.
Right.
Me
too.
But he's going pretty slow. He can't. It's keeping him balanced in the air, but he can't go very quickly, and there's nowhere to use Black Whip in the open waters. So, he's trying to get through it. Meanwhile, the second user of All for One pops up,
and he says, "Did you attempt to use that?"
My meta ability.
No, that's not what he says. He says, "Did you attempt to use that?"
Why'd you do this?
Because say it for what it is, man. Call it what it is.
Yeah. It's that. It was like, oh, you're not gonna use that, are you?
Oh,
You don't mean him. Huh. Watch out for her.
her. Oh, that guy.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
Oh, that guy. He might give me a struggle.
Nobody can beat me except maybe that guy.
Maybe him, shadow figure in the back, looking real strong, or someone looking incredibly weak, which means they're super strong too.
Dog, I'll tell you what.
Man,
That's one of my favorite shonen tropes of all time. Is
we're making fun of him, but we love it.
Oh, I love it so much.
I love it.
Did you attempt to use this thing that I would normally mention if we were talking like regular people?
Yeah. Oh, you can't forget the other trope of this ain't a big deal because I'm so strong.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my number one favorite, actually.
He's like, I thought I told you that my power
That power.
was meant to be your last resort.
Oh shit!
Yeah, basically the logic that's being worked here is that the second power is the strongest because it's had the longest to like percolate over time within One for All.
Sure.
Josh is
No, I get that. I actually was like, oh right, like that. It did make sense
because quirks evolve, and you know,
sure,
the powers within All for One have gotten. One for All have gotten stronger over
Wait,
time.
really? Yeah, they have. Black Whip was stronger than it was before than the Black Whip guy had, right? He could just use it better than Deku because, you know.
Yeah, he's had
his
it
quirk.
longer.
Right.
But yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so you know, second user is just like, don't fall into desperation. Trust your friends. They'll handle their individual battles on their own. And speaking of individual-esque battles, individual-ish, Uraraka and Asui are facing off against Toga. Toga is like, I've had enough. I love you all, but I'm done.
So she reaches for her daily vitamin tablets. I don't know why it just looks like that.
Her daily blood tablets.
Yeah, you know the things that people
Yeah.
the little that's what I don't know. It looks like that, like more of that than whatever the fuck it's supposed to be.
Yeah. So she's resolved to killing Uraraka and
Via medication
it's her blood tablets.
and Bane
That
mask.
she's going to be able to use her powers.
It's pretty lit, actually.
And
She could control them. I like how they. Yeah, she's got octopus arms too. I like her situation actually.
yeah, she's got a cool thing going on here. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, at the Kanagawa prefecture, yes, I said it right, in the Kamino ward, there's fire everywhere, and you already know what time it is.
Oh yeah.
Dabi's psycho ass is just out here. He's like, this is really bringing back memories. Nobu, a river of fire.
There's Nomu wilding in the back.
Ida being useless outside, just like the good old days. I'm joking. He is out there like, I can't do anything.
He's gonna do something.
But
he's not gonna have a fight. I've accepted it.
Have you accepted it? Maybe there's nothing to accept. Maybe he will have a fight.
No, I would have been way more sarcastic. No, I would have been sarcastic about it. I was genuine there. What I'm also about to be genuine about is how incredible these panels look.
Oh yeah.
Without him really trying that hard either, to be honest.
Yeah. Dabi is just like, I wanted to
These
fight.
two right here, like him floating, it actually, he is for sure in 100% edgelord form. But it looks great.
Yeah, he's just standing over a pillar of his own fire, like ultra aggressive rocket boosters to make it seem like he's mad.
Right, and that he really doesn't care about burning his body.
Yeah.
He really, really doesn't care about that, guys.
Yeah, and he's like, I wanted to fight my dad, but he sent his third son and his 3 merry helpers. And we get introduced to the other members of Endeavor's agency. There's Omina and Kido.
Oh man, It's like Horikoshi was like, "Oh, you're gonna fuck with these guys because they all have." I like how they all actually. All right, genuinely speaking, I like how they all have a response to what he said because he did throw a shot at all the three Mary Happers because you know what, there is some just helpers, and they always like, "Yeah, listen, we all here because we fucking want to be here." Like, you talking all that shit, but we about to put your ass in the ground. I like that. I like their attitude. Too bad they are ultimately fodder.
Yes.
Especially Endeavor's sidekick Burnin. She's literally there to make Shoto and this other guy look way stronger with their fire. That's gonna be her role, to show how weak her fire is compared to theirs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say, guys, if y'all was a Burnin fan, y'all gonna be
disappointed. Imagine Burnin destroys.
I was gonna
Toya.
use like a fire pun or something.
Scorched.
But you saved me. No, let's just not go down that.
If you're a
route.
Burnin fan, you're about to get scorched. I had to do it for you.
Thanks for burning for shouldering that burden.
Yeah. You mean shouldering that burning?
Yeah, that's all right, Chris. You got it. I need to write some of these down.
Anyway.
That's actually really good. I'm not even a dad, man. What the fuck?
I'm a dad. I'm a cat dad now.
Oh, I'm a cat dad. Yes. That's why it works. All right. That's all.
Cat fathers unite. Anyway, so yeah, Shoto is just like, Toya, you've got it all wrong. I'm not here because Dad told me to. I'm here because I want to defeat you. He's like, all right, cool.
Know I don't give a fuck about Dad.
You see this scar?
He said, I've been about that life. This ain't got nothing to do with that guy.
Yeah.
Toya's like, word.
Yeah, Toya's like, fair enough.
No, because we gotta say this. How he's nigga tries to smoke him and says, it's like, I don't care. You're just still a pawn for him, or is trying to be like him. And he says, if I ignored you and kept trying to be a hero anyway, that just might be true. And that's when he says, yo, yeah, right. You know what? You got it there.
You got me, kid. And Dabi goes off talking about like this war is all about the people involved. Some want to change the world they live in or destroy. But, behold the limitations of superpowered society. That's me. That's all of us.
Whatever, man.
And Toya's like, you survived back then why didn't you come home? And he's like, fine.
Because I'm an edgelord! And then they start battle. Nope, we're going to get a backstory instead.
Yeah, no, he says, fine. I'll put a flashback here. Prepare to watch a flashback for a half a chapter, probably.
Yeah. I mean, for better or worse, right?
Yeah.
For better or worse.
That's where the chapter ends, on this really cool panel. If I think like Horikoshi's taking a break next week, so this might be just a little bit of unfinished artwork. I personally kind of like how it looks because
He looks like the Smoking Titan.
Yeah.
The giant one.
Yeah. The Colossal?
Yes. But he is smoking, right? He's like fresh off the barbecue.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
The other ones aren't like that. He's always mad hot.
Yeah, that's one of his powers, is that like
heat?
He can burn off his muscle mass and make it super hot steam.
Whoa.
Does
he also have the ability to teleport?
Well, you'll see.
Okay.
You'll have to watch.
I tried.
I mean, as much as I would love to talk Attack on Titan with you, you actually have to watch it.
Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter.
If I could commit to Hunter x Hunter, I could commit to Attack on Titan. But it's just that I fall asleep.
Watch
I
it
fall
in the
asleep on
daytime.
Hunter x Hunter sometimes too, but that was during the York New City arc. Or the Exposition City York New
I like
arc.
that arc. Anyway, that was My Hero Academia. Josh, what are your thoughts?
Oh. I didn't like it. No, let me stop. Gotcha. Yeah, bet.
I mean, who's not going to believe you?
It was another transition battle chapter. Whatever. You already know I don't give a fuck about Toya. It's not that I don't care about not Toya. It's not that I don't care about Hisui, and it's not her name. Suyu Ochako and Psycho Blood Girl, right?
Toga.
That's why I said Toya. All right. It's not that I don't care about their fight. It's that I'm not holding my breath. So we'll see, And then now they're about to go into a flashback, so we're not going to see their fight for a whole half a chapter. Probably. Let me stop. No, I don't know. I wanted to see them fight, but I guess we're about to see what's up with Dabi, why he decided to not go back home. I thought we already understood that, right?
I thought we already understood that too.
His father didn't love him, right? Is that what it was? He wasn't enough for dad?
Yeah. And then he burned, and then he became a villain. That's what I thought. I would have bought that much, but I guess there's more to the story than we think.
He did something to Toya. No, what's the Shoto? He did something to Shoto, right? Didn't he like almost hurt him?
This is Shoto.
Yeah,
our Todoroki's Shoto. This Todoroki's
the
Toya.
Okay, no, yeah, Toya did something to Shoto.
Did.
He almost did, right?
When he was a baby.
Yeah, so he I thought we got it. He harbored resentment. What the fuck else? I mean, are they gonna explain what happened in his grunge years between that and League of
awkward
Villains?
Teenage years.
I guess I don't. I'll tell you this: I don't really care. So same way like with the Suyu and Ochako fight, but we'll see. I'm not gonna not read the chapter.
Yeah, Endeavor tracked him down and beat his ass one more time.
Yeah, right. for the last time.
You're disowned.
All right, don't you dare bring your fucking raggedy ass, your frail ass back home.
No, Patchwork
I
Man.
don't give a fuck about your blue flames. Patchwork Man.
I'm not looking forward to seeing my Patchwork son again.
I'm not impressed. You're ugly.
Oh man,
You smell like bacon in a bad way.
yeah. But that was, I mean, my thoughts. I guess I'm in the same boat as Josh. I'm not really. I've already spoken about how I'm like not super invested in Toga, and I find her dynamic with Uraraka weird as well because they're two characters who have like a romantic interest in Deku, and it's pretty much been their defining characteristics for a while.
Right. Except for Suyu.
Suyu's cool. I mean, Asui.
We just never get to see her, so.
Yeah, I mean, this will be an opportunity, but I like Suyu fine.
What direction is Williamsburg? No. What direction is that job that he works at? Do you know generally what area is it in? Tell me what area it's in, and I can figure it out. I'm gonna pull out the compass. I'm gonna send a sniper shot in his direction.
I think he works in the Williamsburg one.
Okay.
Anyway,
and I can't spell compass. Oh my god. Let me Google this shit.
Anyway, yeah, I'm in the same boat. As for the Dabi thing, I also thought we had it kind of understood. I don't know what possibly more there could be to this chapter. Maybe he just like tries to go home, but then he sees that like he's still abusing his children, so he's like, fuck that. Fuck that shit. Not doing it. Are you looking for Williamsburg?
Yes.
Through the Compass Act?
We are. Yeah.
I don't know.
Listen, I'm paying attention, all right? Don't you worry about me.
But yeah, that's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, this is a little bit of a transitional thing. I don't know, bro. We'll have to see. I guess I'm not passionate about it, which means I'm not thrilled about what's going on in My Hero right now. But I'm not angry at it either. I can take it or leave it. He's taking a sniper shot at Brian.
Bang bang! My Hero Academia was subpar this week, as per bang 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 usual.
As per usual. Wow, I didn't say all that. I didn't say as per usual.
My hating ass did. You know it.
I do know.
We miss you, Brian.
We do miss you, Brian. Someone needs to advocate for My Hero Academia.
That's really what it is. I'm projecting my emotions.
Yeah.
That we miss Brian.
We do miss Brian. We miss Brian more than My Hero Academia.
Oh, whoa, wait.
That's a real sniper
For
shot.
sure. Yeah. That way. Yeah, yeah. Oh, don't look inside. Without even looking. Oh, man.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of shots.
We're joking, obviously. My Hero Academia will be on break next week. Cool. I mean, you know, I'll miss it. I will miss it. If anything else, I'll miss the artwork that has been pretty awesome.
Yeah, I can agree to that. I can agree to that one.
Anyway, I suppose we should move onward to our next series. Jujutsu Kaisen.
by Gigi Akutame.
Oh yeah, this is Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 179, Sendai Colony Part 6.
This is only part 6 of the Sendai. Oh no, because Okkotsu's in a different colony.
Yeah, he's in a colony. He's in a different colony.
So this is literally part 6 of Okkotsu's.
Yeah, Okkotsu's battles.
See, so organized. Oh, thank you, Gigi.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
yeah. Last we left off, Okkotsu, Ishigori, and Uro were working towards their doctorate in giving it up filthy.
Yeah.
And they all simultaneously activated their domains.
Pretty sick.
So Gege has taken it upon himself to kind of explain what that means, because I don't know.
Right, that's what we thought. Like, what the fuck is about to happen?
And basically what's explained is that in overlapping domains, the can't miss attacks cancel each other out. So, they were just trying to keep Rika out of the barrier. That was their main thing. So that's why Ishigori knocked Rika over 20 meters away. So they didn't need to do anything special. And Rika wouldn't be able to reach the barrier in time before they erected them. But Rika could not accept that.
Yeah, this especially irks her.
Yeah, her eyeball pops out of her face, and she's, I guess, about to get serious. She just says, "Give back Utah," and you never want to hear that out of her mouth.
No.
So she's about to do a thing.
That's like a mother and a cub, right? The bear. Yeah.
Yeah, and before she could do anything, Kurauchi shows up again.
Oh my god! And then the explanation was on point too.
Oh my god. Okay, so before Kurauchi got killed,
Wait, he says a modern day black demon. What the fuck is that supposed to mean,
this
man?
cockroach is a modern day black demon.
As opposed to what?
A white
A
demon.
white saint?
No, they could be white demons.
What's the difference?
I don't know.
What's the point of calling him a black demon?
A Kurauchi.
No, I actually am curious. What is the distinction?
I don't know. I really don't. Maybe because roaches are darker colored. I don't know. I don't know if they're particularly.
I'll let this one. We'll bookmark that.
All right. What do you want me to say? I don't know.
Gigi's racist. No, stop.
Gigi's racist. That's it.
That's it. You fucked up.
Yeah. Okay, so apparently Kurauchi
Apologize.
before he died, he can reproduce by parthenogenesis.
Which is not phagogenesis.
What is phagogenesis?
The third Hunter x Hunter X reference.
Oh my god.
Phagogenesis. I think it's a fake thing made up from the. I don't know if it's real, bro.
God damn, it's hard to.
I'm gonna Google that shit.
Play Brian for a minute, and so he reproduces by parthenogenesis, which means that
it's fake. It is phagogenesis is fake. All right, phagogenesis.
so dumb.
Okay,
it's
when an organism can self-reproduce by consuming other organisms.
Yo, I mean,
that shit
dude,
is crazy.
I mean, this kind of explains. I'm so dumb. I'm getting educated by manga, and they're just straight making things up. Parthenogenesis. So after the parents' exorcism, the cursed energy of fear throughout Japan was once more poured into the child. So I guess his spirit transitioned into just another roach, and he evolved from there. But do you know you found parthenogenesis? Right?
Yes, it is a real thing.
Okay, that's good. At least that's how we're learning. Oh, he asexually reproduces.
Yes.
That's good.
That much is given. It's just.
So he just I guess chose to upload his consciousness into one of these things. And even if the Kurushi, the player, died, the cursed spirit would still go strong. And the clash of three domains is more complex than two. So, there's internal and external things that interfered in these domains. Plus, Kuroshi pulled up, so it causes all three barriers to explode and become inert. So as they're falling to the ground, Okkotsu, Uro, and Ishigori, fucking Okkotsu peeps Uro falling and is like, nah.
Got your ass. Yo, I keep saying it, but he was clearly influenced by Hunter x Hunter and clearly influenced by Super Smash Brothers, this series. Yo,
did you
can't
spike
tell
him?
me. Nigga, you know what he's seen? He said, oh, you got the most percent, huh? Oh, he just, all right, so they're, all right. You know how I interpreted it? They're in a free fall right now, right? And Okkotsu made a decision. He said, I'm going to kick you over there and have these niggas deal with you. So, that's like knocking some, it's like he's starting, he's hitting the domino. He's starting the domino. You know what I'm saying? To in the process of making someone else die. And that's something that happens in the free fall Smash, bro. Because it's not, you don't always deal the killing blow. But you're knocking niggas somewhere when they get smoked.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what he did. He kicks Uro down, and Uro tries to activate her curse technique as Kuroushi pulls up, but she can't use it because immediately after domain expansion, one curse technique burns away, making it difficult to use. So,
Oh, man.
Not good. Kuroushi takes the opportunity to slash this lady, causing the parasite monsters to burst out of her arm. Then Rika eats them. Rika eats the arm.
That bursted off of her from the exploding insect.
Yeah, that's
monsters.
rough. She's reasonably upset. She says, "Ow! You destroyed my arm."
Reasonably upset.
Yeah, reasonably. And that's when Ishigori's like, "That's enough, Uro. I didn't invite you guys to the table." And then he pompadour cannons both of them. Uro seems to be out for the count.
Yeah. They didn't say anything about points or nothing, but she's definitely like hurt.
Yeah, she's not getting up for a minute.
And she can't use her cursed energy
Yeah, Kuroushi.
anyway right now, so.
Yeah, Kuroushi got hit too, but he's not down. But that's when Okkotsu comes in and blasts his head.
Mops him up real quick, like, nigga, I thought I killed you.
I'll kill you again.
Damn.
And then
smacks him with his sandal, basically.
Then
Pop.
the chapter ends with both of them doing cool pose. Man, Okkotsu's pose.
This one right here, man. I like this one a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
But both of them are equally cool.
Oh, they're so cool. Like, he's like, this is my ultimate pose. He does this pose every time he's about to fucking destroy someone.
Yeah.
This is
it's
his-
like a martial
Yeah.
arts pose with just Rika in the back.
She's chilling.
Ready to get. I like this one too, man. These last 3 pages, man. Look at her just in the back.
Yeah.
So I noticed that her hair goes up in this mode,
Yeah.
right? Because normally it's like just laying down.
Mm-hmm. Damn. Yeah.
Wow,
Ruthless.
man, Rika better not die. That's all I'm saying.
Same.
Yeah, Coach's about to fuck this guy up. What am I talking about? He about to show him something crazy
You said you want to
without
eat?
even his curse technique. He said, you want dessert, nigga.
You hungry, huh?
All right.
I'll feed you. I'll get you this knuckle sandwich right over here.
I tried very hard to not say that. But,
I'm apparently...
I guess I'm a better man than you.
Hey, dude, I'm following through on your impulses. You're speaking through me.
Hey, it's only right because I absorb all of the hate that you harbor for My Hero Academia. I know it's festering beneath, but I take it out and it
Me,
goes
never.
to me.
I'm the unbiased candidate.
Yes, supported by.
I observe everything equally. But that was Jujutsu Kaisen. Josh, what are your thoughts?
Oh,
We never did thoughts.
shit. Yeah, you're right. Well, it was awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's look. Let's see.
yeah.
I spent so much time thinking about One Piece. I mean, I did reread this 3 fucking times because of how much I loved it. All right. It was time. It was time for Uro to die. I mean, to get knocked out. I mean, I'm happy that this is going to turn. That has turned into a one-on-one battle, and we're gonna really get to see Okkotsu. I think there's actually a lot of value in the fact that he can't use his copy ability because, I mean, it's copy. We get it, you know? He can use other people's abilities. He could probably use it in a smart way and combine them together with his own physical prowess. But we're going to get to see more of his actual combat prowess, which, you know, I think separates him. No, there's a lot of things that separate Okkotsu from other sorcerers. The fact that he has a cursed, what are they called?
Cursed spirit.
A cursed spirit hanging around with him that he shares energy with.
His stand.
Yeah, his standu and his copy ability. So he's unique already. I don't know, man. I guess I could say I'm just excited to see him, like, to see more of the dynamic fighting, to see him like dodging the blast and closing in and using his brain. You know what I mean? To do so. It's just so funny because I'll talk about this. I'll bring up Hunter x Hunter again. As I've been watching it, I keep thinking about Jujutsu Kaisen, and I'm like, man, he really, really, you can, like, he never even had to say that I took inspiration from it. He did, and it's like almost damn near a love letter, yo. Like, it's not copying. He's like, yo, I really like the way you did your manga, and I'm gonna incorporate it in my style. Cause I don't feel like that's what he's all about. You know, Akutame he's definitely like distinct from what's the author's name? Togashi. You know, clearly distinct. But I like that, man. It's like I'm gonna catch that baton from you. I just wonder who's gonna take the baton from One Piece, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there will be another one. I don't think like we'll allow it as a society anymore.
Right.
Like One Piece is the last of its kind.
One thing's for sure, it can't be Jujutsu Kaisen. It's just not.
It's just not, and that's fine.
Yeah, it's totally fine. World Trigger could be, but I don't know if they added in them.
I think World Trigger
Daisuke,
also
right?
taking the fucking mantle from is also taking a baton from Togashi.
That's fair.
I think they're very similar as well.
I had to actually start entertaining the thought of Jujutsu Kaisen and World Trigger being on the same level.
I mean, I think it's pretty damn close
to compare, but like I still not fair to compare a monthly to a weekly.
Yeah,
because even the excitement and engagement of it week to week is just it's a different form of absorbing media. Whatever.
Yeah.
Do you have any specific thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much touched on everything. I just I love how brutal the fucking battles are.
Oh man, yeah.
Like they just are just so fucking like you feel this sense of urgency. It's like people don't play around.
Said.
They fucking go for it. They don't play around. They don't sit there. They explain each other's powers, but that's like kind of a mechanic of the story.
He even made it so that it was a necessary mechanic. Like, that's smart, you know? That's smart.
But yeah, it's not like, you know, there's no like convincing someone to do something like within reason, I guess. Like certain, like Itadori, sure, but like Okkotsu's like, you're gonna die.
There's a time and place for it, you know, and he chooses like like you said, he has certain fights where there is that sense of urgency. I didn't even feel it in that Mahito fight, in the Itadori versus Mahito fight, which I did like. I thought it was still good. It didn't have this level of lethalness to it.
Yeah, because
like this business mentality to it, you know, like this, like, nigga, you could get killed at any moment. Any moment you can make the wrong step and get smoked.
Yeah. No, yeah, the culling game is quickly rising up the ranks in like my favorite arcs of all time, manga wise. It is just so fucking cool.
Yeah, man, I didn't think it'd be this good either. I was not this high on Jujutsu Kaisen. And
I had a feeling, bro. I was like, man, he's just building up right now, but this shit's gonna get crazy. And it did. It's entertaining every week. I mean, it is just the best. But that's all I gotta say about it. It's fantastic. Let's move on. Undead Unluck. This is Undead Unluck chapter 104. Your ability is... It's like a lot of ability reveals here. Last we left off, Andy was facing off against the regulation known as Seal, which is basically God's way of being like, I'm not playing this game anymore. Here's your ultimate weakness.
Seal.
And Seal just spent the last chapter whooping Andy's ass up, down, and around town.
He sure did.
And he just recently sealed away the new character whose name I forget.
Sally.
Her name's Sally?
No. I'm going to go look for it.
I would have bought it. I would have been like, Sally. I'm going to look for it too. Lucy.
Yes.
Not too distant.
Something, right? It's not. It doesn't. It's not the same
Not
at
too
all.
bad.
But it's not like distant. Thank you. It wasn't a complete bullshit call.
No, not at all.
Came from somewhere. Thanks, thank you.
Not bad. So yeah, he just keeps digging away at Andy, just like sealing various parts of his body, just torturing him, just looking for his core.
Yeah.
He's like,
where is it?
And then he sneezes. And that's when Andy starts laughing. He's like, well, look at that. Even you amaze can catch colds. And then he looks down and he sees one of the talisman on him that says unhealthy. And he's like, so that's why he thinks of Lucy.
It does say unhealthy. I thought that was just...
Jesus.
I'm not going to say I thought it was Japanese. I thought it was some fictional,
Talisman language. Sometimes they're just like scribbles. It's talisman language.
I thought.
Okay, so he's like, so that's why. And then Andy just like pushes himself into one of the seals. Is like, see you later, seal. And then that's when Seal's like, huh, what a weakling. It's hard to fathom why God sent me to deal with such a mediocre negator.
Does that say towel? Does that say towel on the shoulder? No, I'm trying to read these shits.
Towel. Jewel.
Oh. It's spelled... Okay, it starts from the bottom and goes up.
Yeah, it goes up so he could read them.
Oh, that does make sense. Does make sense, Chris.
Anyway.
All right.
So yeah, he senses that someone is close by and he flies off. And meanwhile, inside of Seals, Andy wakes up. And so is Lucy. Lucy's there too, and they're just like stuck there. Apparently you don't die when you get sealed up. You just get sealed up.
Yeah, in Majin Buu's chamber.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He's in Majin Buu's chamber. And Lucy is just like, oh my God, if I wasn't so weak, you wouldn't have gotten caught. And Andy's like, well, I was losing, so,
I mean,
you had nothing to do with it, dude.
I ain't gonna lie, I just got mopped up myself, so I don't think you had anything to do with that.
And he's like, well, that reminds me. I never introduced myself, did I? I'm the negator of death. Andy the Undead. And he's like, well, and I think you're a negator too. Get a load of this. Lucy, you are unhealthy. She negates all forms of healthiness in herself. That sucks. That's a shitty superpower to have.
Right. That is pretty lame.
Unless it's this circumstance specifically. And Andy's like, no, actually, I couldn't do anything against Seal, but you managed to blindside him. And she's like, oh, cool, let's trade.
No. Not that we can't, just no.
No, just I refuse. And then Andy asks what that round thing in the center of Majin Buu's chamber it is. And she's like, well, it turns out if you touch that, your powers go to the outside. And then we get a demonstration of that as, I guess, magma gets pushed over to the light as he's just burning like on this thing. I guess it's hot and painful.
I think that's Storm.
Is that Storm?
Because he's flying on the storm cloud.
True. Yeah, he uses a storm cloud, flies over, and she's like, wait, then how did you touch it? And she's like, huh? I didn't touch it. He's like, but when I was going to get caught, he's like, oh yeah, that thing, it was shining and pretty. So I went and then her soul leaves her body, and then touches the thing, causing Seal to sneeze on the outside. The fuck?
Yeah. I did not. I don't know what the fuck being a ghost has to do with being unhealthy, because it sounds like being dead.
Yeah, do you die? Can you just kill yourself?
I just feel like being dead is beyond unhealthy. Right?
Isn't
that like...
It's the unhealthiest you could possibly be.
Yeah.
It's the absolute unhealthiest that you can possibly be is dead. And because Ghost exists, maybe that's why.
Right. Oh, that is a new thing.
So
wow. Is it like in a conjunction, or
So
maybe everyone
she just
can?
kills herself, turns herself into a ghost, touches the thing, and then goes back into her own body because she's a ghost and she could do that?
Wow. Yes. Because the ghost took Fuko away.
And then I guess they're seeing that they can just like bring ghosts back into people's bodies.
Yo, imagine that she makes herself so unhealthy that she dies.
That's what I was saying.
Yo, no, that's what I was imagine. I'm like, yo, that is so funny, man.
She kills herself with her own sickness.
I hope that's what it is. I really hope so, because that sounds so crazy. But then she shit her pants every time.
Yeah. Her
That's
bowels
real.
will release
Every time.
every time.
Every time.
Anyway, that's when Seal lands and the chapter ends where he comes into this vampire's castle and is like, you're the one who was given powers of regulation like me, the one who will be king of the negators, as Unruin is just, I guess, finishing with some asshole like there. Just like, yeah, I sunk my claws into you, made you a weird zombie thing. And that's where the chapter ends.
Brother?
Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
I actually enjoyed it. Like, this was another good week. And I like when Undead Unluck is enjoyable. I didn't expect him to get himself sealed, but this is cool. I'm interested in the Negator Girl and what the ghost spirit is about. I wonder if they're about to fight.
Yeah, I wondered.
That'd be cool.
They both have suns on their chest.
Yeah, they're both like the sun's children or something.
They were both like
summoned
ordained
at the
by
same
God,
time,
so-
right?
Like they're both agents of God.
Right. But he says that he wants to be king of he wants to be king of Umas. He's going to be king of the Gators.
Yes.
So they're supposed to be a
Hand
unit.
in hand.
But this guy's probably going to be an extreme edgelord and say, I don't need no help. God, it's only me.
You
that
think
God
I need
wants.
help from a negator? Well, you need
From a goddamn backwater Uma. You fucking
Yeah.
Uma trash.
Uma trash.
You were born second.
Yeah. You're the younger one, haha. And you're a mummy, so fuck you. I don't know. I like this chapter also. The ghost thing is kind of funny. The idea, if that's what's happening here, that's pretty funny. That she kills herself and then
Just because ghosts exist. So anyone could technically do it except for Andy, since he can't ever die.
yeah, I guess
Right.
if she kills herself with her own negation and then retransfers her body back.
Then you come back alive and
Yeah.
cancel out the damage you did to yourself. And
Yeah.
the shit you release from your bowels comes back.
Yeah,
into
your permanent brain damage of shutting off and on again.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's right. That's why once you start flatlining,
It's a manga.
over. Anyway,
What are you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
But I like this chapter fine. It was entertaining to say the least. I do like the unhealthy thing. It's cool. It's like a cool little solution thing. She's just gonna make them throw them up. I don't know what the hell she's gonna do. Give them dysentery. But that's all I got to say about it. Are you done with your closing shots?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was Undead Unluck, and that has been our show. Wowee! Thank you guys so much for listening. This was a fun one. We spent a lot of time on One Piece, but a lot of stuff.
Oh, we sure did.
Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy that. You could follow me at the Curtis Aspinall on Twitter and Instagram. Josh at JDCole_37. Brian at B.ESP on Twitter and Instagram, and at twitch.tv/itspunk. punchline. Follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about, or you can comment those questions, suggestions, or anything else you guys want us to talk about in the comment section below of whatever video you're watching, whether it is the full episode or the little highlight breakouts. Please do. Honestly, it helps with the algorithm the more you guys comment, so that would be super cool. Subscribe to us while you're at it. Give us a subscribe, a like, a share, all of that stuff. You can subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. The audio versions usually come out first, so subscribe to us on there. Leave us a 5-star review on iTunes and Spotify. And without further ado, that's it for this week. We'll be back next week with potentially a regular weekly episode and a monthly episode at some point. It depends on how busy I am with my new cats.
New cats.
But we'll definitely do at least one episode for the weeklies next week. So keep your eye out for those. And until then, thank you guys so much for listening. And stay safe, New Jump citizens.
Peace out, guys. Thanks for listening.